incoming sophomores. So if you're an incoming sophomore, we welcome you. We're happy to have you for the next 3 years of your high school career. But you will go on a journey, and I have one of our current sophomore students, Sarah. She's going to talk to you a little bit about what the journey was like in the first 2 years of the program. Give it up for Sarah. Woo-hoo.
My name is Sarah Jonas. I am a current sophomore and I'm also in the IB program here at Spring Valley. So I'm just going to be talking about some academics and what your freshman and sophomore years are going to look like so you don't have to be worried. So in your freshman year, you don't take any IB classes yet, but you still have the opportunity for honors and AP. And don't worry, of course these classes will challenge you, but there's plenty of resources available to you for any help you need. You can go to the Grizzly Den, which is our cafeteria after school for tutoring. Teachers have office hours that will let you know when they're available, so you can go and ask them any questions. We have counselors to talk to if you're concerned about any classes that you're in, if you want something more challenging, or if you want to opt out of something, they can get everything all sorted for you. We also have social workers here to talk about your mental health, emotional health, so you are not alone in this journey whatsoever at all. The most important thing in your freshman year is to ask questions. Don't be scared and end up checking out because you don't want to seem silly, because there's no silly questions. I'd rather you feel a little bit silly and then get your answer than never ask it and then just be worrying and stressing about it all the time. Freshman year is an amazing opportunity for you to go outside of your comfort zone and get acquainted with high school. So don't not seize those opportunities when they're granted to you. You can join a club, you can do a sport. Of course, don't overwhelm yourself, but since you're new, it's the perfect time for you to scope out what you got going for you. Another really important class that you have that's really helpful for you is AVID. AVID is if you're available to take it for all 4 years of high school, but it's really only mandatory for that first semester of your freshman year. And it serves as like a freshman study class. So there you'll learn study skills, time management, everything to help jumpstart your freshman year so you get all acquainted and you're ready to go on. The next semester it turns into health, but it's a really nice opportunity for you to just get prepared for high school so you're not doing it all alone. We also have language classes, of course, that you take. We offer Spanish, French, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and it's a 2-year requirement for graduation, but for IB it's longer, so that's another thing that you expect when it comes to academics. But as a whole, your freshman year is completely manageable. You have people who are ready to help you out anywhere you need. And I came into the school not knowing anybody, but I came out having so many friends, making connections with everybody. The staff is friendly, teachers are friendly. They're here to help you. Okay, they're not going to be mad at you for asking a question. Their whole job is to come here and help you. So don't be afraid to reach out if you need it. So yeah, it's pretty much freshman year. Nothing too crazy. It's definitely manageable. You definitely got that. In your sophomore year, again, no IB classes, but you still have honors and AP available. Same resources with after school, with the Grizzly Den and your teachers and counselors. But the main focus of your sophomore year is Project Y. Project Y is the IB personal project, and what it entails is for 6 months, you will be learning a new skill. This can be something you've never even tried before, or it can be something that you're kind of familiar with but you want to delve deeper into. And don't be overwhelmed by this because it's going to be spaced out. You're going to have some of it done in class and some of it done independently. The part in class is the report itself. It'll be spaced out into 3 objectives. There's objective A, which is planning. You'll do that at the beginning of the year. Objective B, towards the middle of the year, is like the actual process itself. And then objective C is just reflecting on what you learned. And then at the end of the year, once you finish your entire project, you'll be able to go to the exhibition. It's mandatory for an IB student to go to the exhibition and to complete the project. Even if you're not an IB though, you're still going to have to do the project because it's part of your English grade. But the exhibition's such a wonderful, fun night. I had it recently. You're able to show off all your hard work and see what your peers have been doing. It's just really great. The most important thing to remember about Project Y is that you're going to be doing this for 6 months. So choose something you're actually interested in and something that'll last you for 6 months. And if you really want to do something, but you know you're not going to be able to have the resources to do so, maybe stray away from that. But just know you're going to have help from mentor meetings. You're going to have an assigned mentor for you that's a teacher who's knowledgeable in the skill you've chosen to help you out. And then for your second meeting, you can either continue with them or just go ahead with somebody else you know in your life that's ready to help you. So Project Y is a really fun opportunity. It's called a personal project for a reason. You're not forced into anything. It's from your own choice to learn a new skill, explore about yourself. So don't be afraid to jump into it. It's really great. We have some examples here from some of my peers, some really phenomenal projects. Don't feel intimidated by them. I know they're so amazing. But this is just going to serve for you as like an example of what Project Y may look like for you. So we're going to start off with my friend Asya here.
Hi everyone, my name is Asya. And my Project Y, I chose to do a Mediterranean food blog as I am Italian and I moved to the United States around 3 years ago. I decided that it was really important for me to reconnect with my culture, especially through cooking, throughout my food blog, which was on Instagram, I learned that I had to be resilient in life. There were many times where I felt like quitting or I wasn't able to do things the way I wanted them to be, but I had to be resilient and keep on going. Also, the more I was doing my project, the more ideas started coming up. Like I decided to write a book with a cookbook with all of the recipes that I made and even add tweaks and something to change it and make it more original. So I think it was a really beautiful project for me and everyone else because you're able to really focus on something and lock it in and really achieve your goals no matter what throughout your 6 months. I'm going to pass the mic to my friend.
Hello, my name is Anthony, and for my project Y, I basically just explored like CSI work. So I did my own murder mystery, and I used kind of investigative and trial elements. And at first, I wanted to make it into a video and make it a whole like thing, but of course, because of time, it didn't happen, so I didn't just write in the script. But overall, I would say that it was a very memorable experience for me because I learned a lot. Besides just like the components of like script writing itself, I learned a lot about like just CSI work and just a lot of like good skills that like you would need in your life. And I feel like because of this project, why I was able to kind of get like a better perspective on that. And yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Vienna, and for my Project Y, I decided to cosplay as you can see. Throughout Project Y, one thing that I would say is just try whatever you want. I had no knowledge coming into this. I didn't know anything about cosmetics or makeup. I also didn't know anything about sewing either. But I decided to challenge myself because I thought Project Y was a great opportunity to learn about something that I always was interested in. So I decided to try it, and this was my final product. And I would say that Project Y is really difficult depending on what you pick, because in your sophomore year you go through a lot of things. So it was pretty hard trying to balance my social life and academic life along with working on this. But everything that led me up to this point was definitely worth it. And just try what you want. It's a great opportunity to learn about anything that you would like to learn.
Thank you. So those are sophomore students, and they have their Project Y exhibits set up over there. So as you leave this evening, if you have more questions for any of them about their process, or you just want to see their little trifold to learn more about what they did, they are there and ready to interact with you should you choose. Once the students complete the first 2 years of the IB program, which is called the Middle Years Program for our 9th and 10th grade students, they then have the opportunity to choose one of 2 pathways. So they can choose what's called the Diploma Program or the Career-Related Program. And I have a student that is ready to talk to you about each program. So we're going to bring Sophia and Sinai up. And incidentally, they are my tech crew as well. So you can marvel at their amazingness as they go along.
Hi guys, my name is Sophia. I'm a part of the DP program, Diploma Program. This is definitely one of the most rigorous things I have ever done. I've always been a straight A student up until I did IB, and I was really, really successful, but towards the end I really started getting bored. I started getting straight A's in math and everything, but I just found myself bored in class. It wasn't really rigorous, it wasn't challenging anymore. I will tell you this, since doing this program, it has to be one of the hardest things I have ever done. They do not sugarcoat it. It is hard, but I attribute almost 90% of my success to my teachers, to my counselors, and to the staff at the school. They fight for your success. We have such a high graduation rate because of that. You work so hard in this program, and if you fail, well, it happens, but these teachers don't let you slip through the cracks. So for the DP program, you take 7 IB classes, 3 HL, and the rest SL. You'll hear more about that as you get further into the program, but I think it has to be one of the best best decisions I've ever made. The people in IB are so close together because we take so many of our classes together. You think so deeply. We take almost an ethics or philosophy class called Theory of Knowledge. That class is almost entirely discussion, but I love every second of it. If you're not a big talker, that's fine. It's incredible to listen to, but you get better at it. You become more confident throughout this program, and it is definitely one of the best things you could do for yourself, for your student, for your family. I myself, through this program, I got over $200,000 in scholarships, and I got accepted into every single one of the colleges I applied to, including SDSU and University UCO. So it's a fantastic story. But that's a little bit about DP. It's really hard, really rigorous. Look deeper into it, of course. It's so fun for me, really difficult, but I'll take you guys to Sinai for the CP program.
Hello. So my name is Sinai, and as a career program student, it's kind of different around here. What we do is we take 3 IB courses with an additional career and technical education course. So we have those courses that would include something like cybersecurity, computer science, auto tech, theater tech. All of those career technical education courses allow you to kind of lean into a future that you have already planned into. And a lot of these courses can actually offer you college credit towards that career pathway that you're looking for. And one of the main reasons that I personally chose the career program is that I participate in a lot of extracurricular activities. Like, for example, I play a big role in our student council, and one thing that the career program allows me to do is kind of put myself a lot into my extracurriculars because I'm taking less of those IB courses. So I feel like it helps me kind of be more well-rounded with the classes that I take and also the extracurriculars that I do, because colleges also still care a lot about extracurriculars and the student that you become. Another class that we take that's similar to the Theory of Knowledge course that Sophia mentioned is personal and professional skills. And in that course, we kind of go over ethics and more professional skills, like building a resume and just things that will help you become an adult and ready for life after high school, whether that's college, whether that's a technical school. It just kind of gives you so many different options, and I think that's what's great about it. The career program has definitely afforded me a bunch of opportunities. For example, the career and technical education course that I took was cybersecurity, and it has allowed me to gain college credits into a future that I want to get into. And yeah, I feel like the career program is great if you want to lean into extracurriculars and kind of build yourself as a student overall.
So those, remember, won't happen for a while, right? You choose at the end of 10th grade which route you're going to go. Just some takeaways for you now, since for most of you that's 2 years away. The diploma program is very academically challenging, but it's balanced. You are taking rigorous courses across every single subject area. Math, science, social studies, English, a language course, an IB level elective course, and then that Theory of Knowledge course. So it is rigorous and it does cover several subject areas. It aims to develop students who are like experts in many areas. So like a person who would go on Jeopardy because they know a little bit of information about a lot of things. So in-depth facts about a lot of things. And diploma program students, again, they are in 6 rigorous courses across those subject areas. You'll hear more about the diploma program when your child is at the end of their 10th grade year and they're getting ready to make that decision. The career-related program is newer. So when the IB started in the late 60s, the diploma program was the IB program. In response to kind of the ever-changing world, the IB started developing the career-related program in 2006, and then they fine-tuned everything by 2014, and it looks like it does today, back from that time. And so it offers more flexibility to students. They have to take 3 of those DP core courses, so they're taking the rigorous courses, but they're also focusing on a career pathway. So it offers more flexibility. It offers them the option of taking some dual credit courses, which are kind of a big deal these days. Dual credit courses are courses that you are taking while you're in high school, and you're earning high school credit and a college credit for the course at the same time. So in the career-related program, you have more opportunities for that type of education. The diploma program will give you college credit for some of the courses, but you need to earn a qualifying score on the end-of-course exams, very similar to how AP exams work. So when you take a dual credit course, you get the credit because you're enrolled in the course. For the diploma program courses, you do have to earn a qualifying score on those exams. I have some tips for success for our incoming students. I'm not going to read them to you, but I'm going to tell you about them. Number one tip for success, and you even heard it from some of our student speakers, is time management. Time management is difficult for young people. There are a lot of things these days to get distracted by. When you enter high school, it's really important that you develop a routine for yourself. And your routine might not look like this person's routine over there or that person's routine up there. Find something that works for you. How do you organize yourself? How are you keeping on top of everything that's due and turning it in on time? Which brings us to tip number 2, organization. So not only are you organizing your time, how much time do I allot for each subject, you're organizing your materials, right? Where is my packet for English? I don't know what I did with it. We've got to find a system for keeping all of those things organized. You may have developed that skill in middle school already. Many middle schoolers have not yet developed that. So when you enter high school, it's time to start developing these skills. Communication is an important one as well. And I am so pleased that so many of our students said this, but we are here for you at Spring Valley. If you need help, ask. Ask your parents, ask an older sibling, ask your teacher, ask your counselor, ask your friends. We're all here for you. We are here to help you succeed and support you, but you need to communicate your needs. So develop that skill. The final skill, you might be surprised, the final skill is participation. My current role at this school is that I'm one of the counselors here. And when I go visit 8th graders to talk to them about high school, participation is my number one recommendation to them. Once you get yourself in the habit of managing your time and you feel organized and you're able to communicate, explore your passions outside of the classroom. It doesn't matter what you involve yourself in when you get to high school. Find something that you love and do it outside of the classroom. It is what is going to make your high school experience complete, fulfilling, rich, and beautiful. And we have so much to offer you at Spring Valley. I can't wait for you to see what there is to choose from. Parents, I have tips for you too. And again, I'm not going to read to you. Encourage your child. Encourage them to be creative, think critically, have conversations with them. Be open to the things that they are talking about, that they are learning in their classes. Be willing to have a dialogue with them. Be willing to listen to what they're saying and encourage them to think about it and talk more about it. Support your child. Regardless of what university they go to, they're getting a solid education at Spring Valley in the IB program. This last sentence, if you can't say it, it's going to be hard for some of you to hear. Grades are not the be-all, end-all of your child's educational experience. If you are spoiled by a child that has been a straight A student from first grade until 8th grade here, they may get a B. They're entering a highly rigorous program. Support them. How do you feel about that B? Did you earn that B? What could you have done, if they're used to getting A's, what could you have done to earn the A? So have those conversations, support them, take a step back and remember they're getting an excellent education. It might not involve all A's, and that's okay. Another tip for you is the same as for your child, communicate. Ask your child how they're doing. Talk to them. How's school? What are you learning? What's happening? What can I do for you? Parents are the biggest cheerleaders for our kids. And so I encourage you to continue that, even though teenagers are sometimes less easy to communicate with than our little ones. Teenagers still do want to hear from you, and they still do want to know that you care. I have 2 middle schoolers at home myself, And I know they think I'm annoying, but I also know that they do appreciate it when I check in on them and see how they're doing. Even if they don't visibly show me that they appreciate it, I know they do. So I can assure you, your child appreciates your support. Finally, understand that your child is going to receive a solid education here, and they are being prepared to succeed in college and beyond. So here's just some housekeeping. I'm not going to read this to you because a lot of it is in the packet that you've received, which I'll talk about in a moment. But you will need to register for Spring Valley. If you are a current CCSD family, it's the same process that we use every year. It opens on April 20th. You can go into your portal in Infinite Campus, current CCSD families, and you can register for the following year. Here is, so if you are tuning me out because it's long and I talk a lot, tune me back in now because this is a question that many of you will have. In Infinite Campus on April 20th, when you go in, if you accepted your seat at Spring Valley up to and including March 27th, you will be in Infinite Campus, you'll be officially rolled over as a Spring Valley student for next year. So it will say Spring Valley is your high school for next year. If you accepted your seat after that, you were an alternate, and you got the call, yay, I'm in, and you accepted your seat after that, it will still say whatever school is your zone school. Do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. Complete your registration as normal. Once we see that your registration is complete, we go into Infinite Campus and we adjust it so that Spring Valley becomes your school of record. So if it doesn't say Spring Valley, do not panic. We have your information because we invited you all here, so we want to make sure we get you on our campus next year. So we're looking out for it just as much as you are. We will take care of you. If you need assistance with your Infinite Campus, contact your existing school. We don't have as much access to you as your existing school does, so go through them. Hey, I'm having trouble with registration at your existing school. If you are a new student to CCSD, it will be a little bit